The administrative error was discovered 3 days after Mira Lane arrived at the Celestial Academy station, orbiting Kepler 442b. By then, it was too late to send her back. Her sister, the brilliant and charismatic Dr. Elena Lane, had been selected for the prestigious Galactic Cultural Exchange program. But a glitch in the quantum processing system had pulled the wrong Lane from Earth's database. Instead of the accomplished xenobiologist, they got Mira, a 22-year-old literature student who had barely passed her basic physics requirement. Mira stood in the corridor outside room 7 Alpha, clutching her single travel case, her heart hammering against her ribs. The door panel displayed 2 names in luminescent script, one in standard Galactic, the other attempting to render Mira Lane in letters that flickered uncertainly. The door slid open before she could knock. Robin filled the doorway, all 7 feet of her. Her chitinous exoskeleton gleamed deep violet under the station's artificial lighting, and her 4 crystalline eyes adjusted independently to focus on the small human before her. The Catherian was a species known throughout the galaxy for their military prowess and strict hierarchical culture. "You are not Dr. Elena Lane," Robin stated, her mandibles clicking with what might have been disappointment. "No," Mira whispered. "I'm her sister. There was a mistake. Mistakes are inefficiencies." Robin stepped aside, nevertheless, gesturing Mira into the compact living space they would share for the next standard year. "You will adapt or you will fail. The Celestial Academy does not reverse decisions." The first week was torturous. Mira kept to herself, attending her assigned cultural seminars in silence while her classmates, beings from 47 different species, formed easy alliances. Robin barely acknowledged her presence, spending her time in rigorous physical training and strategic combat simulations. Everything changed on the 8th night. Mira woke to the sound of Robin's distress, a high-pitched keening that vibrated through the walls. She found her roommate huddled in the corner, all forearms wrapped around herself, her exoskeleton dull and flaking. "Robin?" Mira approached cautiously. "Leave, this is weakness. I am compromised." The Catherian's voice was broken, nothing like her usual commanding tone. But Mira didn't leave. She recognized pain when she saw it, regardless of species. "What do you need?" "My molt cycle. It came early. I cannot reach the posterior segments. Without assistance, I risk infection, but to ask for help is to admit inadequacy. Better to die." Mira sat down beside her, processing this. She thought of all the human literature she'd studied, all the stories of vulnerability and connection. "On Earth," she said softly, "we have a saying. We're only as strong as we are willing to be weak together." Robin's eyes focused on her. "This is paradoxical. Most human truths are." Mira smiled. "Will you let me help you?" For 3 hours, Mira carefully assisted with the molting process, following Robin's instructions as they gently removed sections of the old exoskeleton. They worked in focused silence, interrupted only by Robin's occasional guidance. When it was done, the Catherian's new armor gleamed like polished amethyst. "You did not have to do this," Robin said finally. "Among my people, witnessing such vulnerability would give you power over me. You could demand debts, claim dominance." "Among my people," Mira replied. "Helping someone who needs it is just called being human." After that night, something shifted. Robin began asking questions about Earth, about humanity's strange customs and contradictory nature. Mira, in turn, learned about Catherian honor codes and the weight of their warrior traditions. The real test came during the Academy's Great Challenge, a month-long simulation designed to push each species' representatives to their limits. Teams of mixed species had to solve progressively complex scenarios requiring everything from advanced mathematics to creative problem-solving. Mira and Robin were paired with 3 other students, a Glorian engineer, a Vesper telepath, and a Draxian navigator. The Glorian dismissed Mira immediately. Humans were considered unremarkable by galactic standards, neither the strongest nor the smartest, lacking any specialized abilities. But Robin had learned something about humans that the galaxy consistently underestimated. When their team faced the impossible scenario, a simulation where every logical solution led to catastrophic failure, the others fell into despair. The Glorian calculated that success was mathematically impossible. The Vesper sensed no mental pathway to victory. The Draxian found no navigable route. Mira stared at the scenario and smiled. What if we're asking the wrong question? Explain, Robin commanded, but her tone held curiosity rather than dismissal. Every species here is trying to win within the rules, Mira said. But humans, we're really good at changing the game entirely. She proceeded to demonstrate what humanity had perfected over millennia: creative rule-bending, lateral thinking, and the audacity to question fundamental assumptions. She didn't break the simulation's rules. She found the spaces between them, the gaps the programmers never considered because no logical species would think to look there. Their team didn't just pass the impossible scenario. They solved it in a way that made the Academy's administrators rewrite their entire challenge protocol. News spread quickly. The human who wasn't supposed to be there had done something remarkable. Not through superior strength or advanced technology, but through the uniquely human ability to see possibilities where others saw only limitations. On the final day of the academic year, Robin stood before the assembled representatives during the closing ceremony. I was assigned the wrong human, she announced, her voice carrying through the great hall. And I received exactly the right one, she turned to Mira. Humans are not the strongest species. They are not the longest lived, the most technologically advanced, or the most psychically gifted, but they possess something rare in our galaxy. They believe that impossible simply means no one has succeeded yet. And that belief, combined with their stubborn refusal to accept predetermined outcomes, makes them formidable beyond measure. Mira felt tears prick her eyes, a human response that she no longer felt ashamed to show. The administrative error was never corrected. By unanimous vote of the Celestial Council, Mira Lane was granted full status as Earth's cultural representative. Her sister Elena sent a message of congratulation, admitting that perhaps the universe's mistake had been its own kind of wisdom. As Mira and Robin packed their belongings to return home for the semester break, the Catherian paused. Will you return next year? Are you asking me to? I am stating that I have submitted a formal request for your continued assignment as my roommate. I have much more to learn about humanity's fascinating inefficiencies. Mira laughed, recognizing this as the closest thing to affection in Catherian culture. Then I'll be back. Someone has to teach you that sometimes the inefficient path is the one worth taking. In the end, Mira Lane wasn't sent to represent humanity's greatest achievements. She was sent to represent something more fundamental. Humanity's greatest strength had never been in perfection, but in their magnificent, stubborn, beautiful refusal to let limitations define them. And that, the galaxy would learn, was worth far more than any credentials.